Senator, let me switch gears and ask you about the spending bill. Obviously, congressional leaders reaching a tentative agreement on a $1.3 trillion spending bill. A vote has yet to come, but we're expecting a vote in the next 2 days to avoid a shutdown. House Freedom Caucus members are opposing the bill. Are we headed for a shutdown?
Well, I hope not, but I'll tell you one thing. We've got to find some way of curtailing this excessive spending that we're doing, and we've got to find some way of boosting an American economy and businesses all over the world. And you don't do it by tariffs and uncompetitive type approaches. We have to compete. It's just that simple, and I think we can. But we can't just sit back and act like it isn't going to happen.
So, Senator, Governor Mike Huckabee tweeted out something earlier, and he said this. He said, I'm going to go on Mornings with Maria, and I'm going to let loose on the GOP for collapsing and surrendering to Pelosi and Schumer on this disgusting spending bill. It's not a compromise, it's capitulation. To borrow a phrase from Nancy Reagan, he says, just say no. What should Congress be doing? I mean, if you are handcuffed in terms of $700 billion for defense spending, you want to have that money, but you're handcuffed in terms of lots of other domestic spending that your colleagues on the left want. How do you square that circle?
Well, good for Governor Huckabee. He's raising a very, very important point. And frankly, until we get tough around here, and the real problem is we don't have the votes. We don't have the strength of the voting to be able to turn this mess around. We just really need to elect more conservatives in this country who are willing to do the tough voting that we have to do to bring this country back and to get our economy back on its feet. Right now, all of the incentives are more spending, more government, more regulations, more approaches like that literally are killing us, and I think we've got to start fighting back. But unless the American people are going to elect enough people to really fight back like this, we're going to put up with this kind of stuff for the next 10 years. So and I don't want to do it.
So do you just let the government shut down then? I mean, how do you fight back? You need the 60 votes.
Well, that's right. I mean, I'm not real enthused about government shutdowns, but I am enthused about letting the administration know that there are ways of doing things and ways not to do things.
Yeah.
And I do think that it's up to the American people. If they're going to continue to keep Congress at a competing equal level with liberals and conservatives so that we've got 3 or 4 more liberal Republicans going with the all-liberal Democrats so that we can't get anything done, then we're going to have trouble. We've got to elect more conservative Republicans, and if we do that, then I would put all the blame on the Republicans for not turning it around if we have enough votes to be able to do it.
Well, are you going to be able to do that coming into the midterm elections? I mean, you've got a midterm election in the next several months in November. You think you'll get more conservative members?
Well, if we don't, we're not going to get these things under control because it's just too easy for the moderates in the Republican Party to go with the Democrats and to keep the spending going the way it's been going for all these years. We've sooner or later got to face these problems, and the only way you're going to do it is to get some tough conservatives here who are willing to stand up and make the right decisions. All
right. Well, do you have a plan in terms of getting your arms around the entitlements? Do you have a plan in terms of reining in the debt and lowering the spending?
Of course I do, but it does take votes, and right now we don't have the votes.
Senator, it's good to have you on the program this morning.
It's great to be with you, Maria. You do such a good job.
I so appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much. We will see you soon, Senator. Senator Orrin Hatch.